Hi guys, welcome to Hair Dryer Treatment. The Lionesses have just played in their first game. I said me and Megan would be bringing you some content. Here is our first video, and I'm glad we're starting it with a win. Meg, how are you?
Feeling good after that. I mean, tough game, but a good start, at least with 3 points on the board, so I was all
Yeah,
right.
exactly. I'm a bit undecided. I think Scotland started the game really, really well, and I thought England kind of grew into it in that first half.
Yeah.
Second half, I thought we were really poor, if I'm being totally honest. I don't know how you feel about that. I think we were lucky to get the win at the end of the day. What's your idea about it?
For me, I reckon it was probably, it's not the on ability, it's not our hardest game. I think Japan will probably be a harder game in terms of actual opposition, but you've got your first game, it's Scotland's first game in the Women's World Cup, and you're playing against a home nation. So I think to get it out the way and done with, performance wasn't great. Like you said, first 15 minutes, it was a really open game. And I thought Scotland were quite dominant in that. Then obviously the incident with the VAR, and then I think first half England then went on and dominated the rest of that. But then Scotland came out second half and really showed them why they are there. They're resilient. They're hardworking. I don't think they'll do too badly, if I'm honest. I think they will be pushing. I'd like to see England obviously win the group. I'd like to see
Yeah.
Scotland push to second place. And I think they will give Japan and Argentina a test. They gave us a test. But like we said, we got through it, and that's all. Really, you need those 3 points on the board. If we'd have lost that, it'd have been a nightmare start. But
Yeah, I must say, I want to give a good shout out to Emsley as well, who obviously scored for Scotland. But I thought
yeah,
all game, I thought she was an outlook for them. I thought she was fantastic down that right hand side. She did obviously Greenwood. I thought she had a good game, but I thought she gave her a bit of a torrid time at times in that. I
definitely
want to
second.
give her a shout out. I thought she played really, really well. And there's a few Scottish players who really stood out today. But in terms of England, I think they gave Ellen White player of the game, didn't they? Personally, for me, I would have given it to Paris. What about you?
Definitely, definitely. She
Quality.
stood out. She is. She's got that little bit of when she's confident, and she is playing with confidence at the moment. She's got that extra little bit of flair that will create something. They said in the match when she gets the ball, you feel like there's something about to happen, and it's true. She is one of those players that it's probably if she had an off game, you'd be able to tell
Yeah.
because you'd think what's going on. She has got when she's on confidence though, like she is now. I mean, she's unstoppable at times, but I'm glad you pointed out about Emsley because I'd say she was probably Scotland's best player. She probably she drove them forward at times when she got the ball. She was like our Nikita Paris trying to create something. They spoke before the game about Kim Little, obviously a great talent,
Yeah.
and we're looking at her in the Super League. She's staying. Unfortunately, Emsley's off to America now, so we won't get to watch her. But she's a talent that, and she showed it today, really.
Yeah, I mean, obviously England going into this tournament, there's a big hype and a big buzz around them. Today, yes, arguably they probably were nervous, and I think it's obviously very tiring playing in the World Cup and things like that. But you have to question, like, going into it as well into the World Cup, there's a few dodgy performances going into it, and a lot of people thinking, oh, it's because Phil Neville's trialing different players, he's trying different
Mm.
systems. People believe he had that starting lineup planned months ago. He knew what he was going to start. I'm not feeling as confident at the minute about the Lionesses. A win is a win,
Yeah,
of course, and VAR went in our favour. I
yeah.
dread to think the time when it will not go in our favour because I am not a fan of VAR and I just know it swing around gates. But what was your opinion on the handball decision? Do you think it was right or wrong? What would you say about that?
The problem they've got, if that was against us, I'd be fuming. Obviously, I'm going to take it. It goes in England's way. If it's the other way around, you sat here saying, definitely not a handball, absolutely harsh decision. And I do think it was still a harsh decision. The problem that, in my opinion, with VAR, it was brought in to make things black and white, to say, okay, opinion doesn't matter. It's either this or it's that. It still goes on opinion. For me, you could see the ref go over and see it in slow motion. Now, as soon as you look at that in slow motion, her arm is way out of her body. But as a defender and in that position, I know for a fact your arms do go out. You're out there for balance. She's obviously on the turn as well. It's all comes down to this unnatural position. What is for me? Putting your hands behind your back is unnatural.
Yeah,
Nobody runs around with their hands behind their back or down by their side. You run round with your arms out of your body a little bit, and when you go into balance, you put your arms out. It showed it at half time. It was 3.5 yards. between her kicking the ball and the defender. Now, I mean, she's probably quick, but give her a chance. She can't, if she's running and she's turning and for balance, you can't move your arm out the way that quick. So, harsh decision, in my opinion. Yes, it meets the criteria for a penalty, but the criteria I think needs to be addressed because unnatural for me is arms behind the back.
Yeah,
That's what defenders are going to have to do.
Yeah, the thing I don't like about VAR is every slight touch of the arm, whether it's natural or unnatural, like you say, whether you're close to the defender or whether there's miles between you, the players are going to be appealing for absolutely everything now, and it's just going to cause an absolute nightmare. I don't like the delay in between it. Yes, ultimately they're probably getting to the right decision, but I think it's just taking, like, you can't even celebrate a goal now without waiting for a VAR check, and I think it's just taking the joy out of football ultimately.
Yeah.
I know you're saying it's probably getting to the right decision, but I think some things need to be let slide a little bit, like the offsides that we've seen in the last few days. A lot of people have been commenting and saying, "Oh, it's only because it's England who've been affected." It's not. It genuinely isn't. It's the fact that it's like literally a millimetre difference. For me, the advantage, it's always said it goes with the attacker, and that's been taken away. And I don't like that. And the fact that people are appealing absolutely everything, I think it's unhealthy for the game, and that's why I'm against VAR. We've had a super chat here from Alex. Very kind of you, Alex. Thank you very much. He says, "Hi, ladies. Hope you are both well. About time England got a VAR decision in our favour. Men's team have been getting on the wrong end of it 2 games running."
Yeah.
If you look at the Rashford one, obviously, against PSG for the men's team, Man United, I said it then. I said, you know what? If that was given against me, if I was, for example, a PSG fan or a PSG player, I would have been absolutely livid and I would have been heartbroken by it. So I think, I don't know, I think the advantage still should go with the attacker. I'm not saying blatant things, of course, yes, VAR is good, of course, when it's obvious human error, but I always thought it was there for obvious human error when it's not, isn't it? It's like you say, it's making everything black and white.
For me, like I said, that defender is in a natural position. She's naturally like that. If you're going to say, okay, she's in a natural position and she's 10 yards away from the ball and there's plenty of opportunity to address the fact that your arms are way out of your body, okay. But again, that goes down to opinion, so I'm probably being contradicting myself. But 3.5 yards and she's in a natural position, I don't understand how you can say, okay, that's going to be a penalty. Again, like you said, he said, you know, if it's for us, it's great. If it goes against us,
you gutted. It's
going to be good, and it has gone against the men by millimetres in the offside. And like I said, it's swings and roundabouts, but it's changing the game. It will change the game next season. It'll be completely different.
If you think about today's game, like I say, England weren't very good second half. They looked very tired, I must say. And I think that game today was decided by a VAR decision, which, like, you're arguing it right now as a defender. A lot of people are arguing it. Scotland fans feel like they've been robbed.
Yeah,
this is just the start of VAR. This is going to affect the whole season in the World Cup and obviously in the Premier League as well. We've got more of this to come, and there's going to be more games that are affected by a single decision like that.
But we are talking about the pinnacle of women's football at the moment. We are talking about the Women's World Cup, and I don't believe VAR is at the standard that it should be at if we're going to use it for it to be used right now. We're in the Women's World Cup. You can't be using it and trialling it out. This is the pinnacle of their game. This means everything to players. And yet I just don't think we're in the right place worldwide to be using it. It's not good enough right now.
Yeah, the delay for me, I just don't like that. Where you can't even celebrate a goal. I think it's awful. Like Callum Wilson earlier couldn't celebrate his goal as well.
Yeah.
It just takes that away from it for me. Right, Steve Stone says Paris is our most exciting player. She looks like she's the one who can get the crowd on their feet. She's definitely that player. We were talking about her just. Yeah. For me, she was player of the game. She makes stuff happen all the time. She scored a great penalty as well. Regardless whether it was a penalty or not, she still had to step up and put it away, and she did. Really convincing.
Superb under pressure, by the way. Like I said, that first game against the home nation, you've got to get off to a good start. 15 minutes in, you get that opportunity, and she smashed that. She did not even look like she was going to miss at any point. She knew she was confident. She was taking it. Man, it worked wonders for her. She went on in the rest of the game and played really well. I also think her combination between her and Lucy Bronze down that right-hand side was fantastic.
And Leon will obviously be getting that next season.
Yeah.
It's exciting times for them, definitely.
I mean, they've got 2 of the best players on that right-hand side in the whole world playing for them. So And we're very lucky that they're both English. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Simon Faulkner says, "Hi, Soph, not a bad start. We showed glimpses of what we can do, but I think we've got to shift up our gear." I completely agree with that.
Definitely game of two halves for me. I mean, like you said, we were poor second half. Scotland did go, deserve to go and get a goal, I think. They grew into that game,
Yeah.
whereas England grew out of the game. We started and it was really open. The VAR happened. I think we went and dominated the rest of that first half, really. Second half just looked poor. We just looked like we weren't at it. We weren't battling as hard for me, but obviously battled enough to secure the 3 points.
Yeah. Shane Higgs says NFL style feel to the game now because of VAR. The stop-start games. It's annoying as hell. We'll be playing in quarters next. And that is the kind of feel you get to it. It does affect the fluency of the game.
Yeah.
And I just, you know what, if I'm honest, I just can't take the tension. When it's my team involved in it, I absolutely hate it. I'm not going to lie. I think it's so horrible. I can't imagine how the players are feeling on the pitch because it's absolutely horrible as a supporter watching it.
I mean, they're just waiting about, and it's rested on this ref coming back onto the pitch and saying, yes, a penalty, or no, carry on.
Yeah.
I don't know how it must it must really interrupt their game. It must really
And
interrupt.
mentally as well, if you're thinking you've just scored, like the first game, for example, when France scored that volley and it's a superb finish. And I tweeted, like, oh, what a finish that is. And then you're thinking, oh, I've just scored a worldie. And it's like, oh, no, no goal. Like, mentally, that must affect you a little bit. Like, you must be absolutely gutted at that.
And I think as well, Frank Kirby did appeal for it straight away. Nobody else really appealed.
Yeah.
And I thought, does that show, what, go back to Man United again, Dallo appealed.
Yeah.
Nobody else really appealed. And for the Scottish players, that must really kill their confidence when 30 seconds later we're going off to go and check if it was a handball or not. We played on for 30 seconds, so
it's
a layer. It's just
Mr. E, duty to entertain, he says, who do you think England's hardest opposition will be in the World Cup? I'm guessing he means at the group stages at the minute, obviously before we go through. Who do you think the toughest team will be?
In our group, I mean, Scotland are growing in terms of their play and their style and the players that they've got. I mean, a lot of those players today are teammates of our English girls.
And obviously the debutants as well. So they're unpredictable.
So we played Japan start of the year in the She Believes, and we beat them. I think it was quite a comfortable game. I don't really know anything about Argentina, if I'm honest, in terms of their women's team, but I can imagine them probably being quite strong, probably completely wrong, but it would be out of Japan and Scotland, like I said, under pressure. Scotland's first women's World Cup game against a home nation, that's a really tough game mentally.
Yeah.
It's out the way done with. Japan will probably be our toughest opposition tactically, and hopefully we can go on and beat them. I think if we beat them, the Argentina game is done anyway. I think we'll be really confident in that game. But Japan, for me, probably tactically the hardest game.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I think also you've got to take into account of fatigue. I said the second half today, the girls already look tired, so you have to have a think about that, how they're going to be feeling later on throughout the tournament. But I think overall, if Mr. E is talking about throughout the tournament, after watching France the other day, they have got one hell of a squad as well. They've got superb players. And I dread playing France. That's the one team I'm dreading. Obviously, hosts as well. But they look strong, don't they? I
mean, we spoke the other day, Soph, and they are strong in every position. For me, they might not have the best players in every position. Like I've just said, in our right wing is really, really good. But for me, they are strong in every position.
Yeah.
And Reynard at the back, 6 foot plus.
England
struggle defending set pieces. I think what you'll have to do, your game would be like, don't give a set piece away. No corners, nothing.
Well, Jill Scott surely has to mark her. She's the only one who comes close. Jill Scott, surely.
Yeah. I mean, she has to, if we ever go against them, you have to man mark her, and just, even if you don't win it against her, she doesn't get a clear chance.
Yeah. I think, to be fair, we've got all 10 outfield players just on her. We're going to everyone else just mark her.
But I think we want to top our group, I think, because we potentially, if the Netherlands top their group, it means we avoid them. They're really strong. Japan, like I said, is quite strong. We've got them in our group. but France are the one for me. I
Yeah.
think after seeing them the other night, try and avoid them.
Yeah, and I mean Germany yesterday. They didn't impress me that much. I don't know about you. I know they
Oh,
were sloppy, but they got so lucky yesterday with their result. And
very
Germany
lucky.
were one team that I was also willing to keep an eye out and check out how they work. Obviously, one of the favourites going into it, but they were disappointing yesterday, and they were very lucky, very lucky.
They're very lucky to go in at 0-0 at half time. China must have been reeling against the fact that they didn't punish them first half. There are plenty of opportunities to punish them. They didn't take them. And that's what happens. You don't take your chances. You concede it was a good goal and they
Yeah,
lose 1-0. And they're going to walk off that pitch thinking, Germany, top team, we should have beaten them.
yeah.
You know, they've lost 3 points and they've probably lost a lot of confidence from it. They had plenty of opportunities. Germany was sloppy. So they could only really get better because don't think they can get much worse.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? You could say the same about England today. I'm sure Germany or other teams watching England. Obviously, there was a lot of hope about us going into the tournament, and we realistically we weren't at it. We weren't at our best today. But a win is a win, as we said at the start, and we got the win. We do need to go up another gear, as Simon said, definitely.
Yeah.
But you were on about avoiding Netherlands, avoiding Germany, avoiding France. For me, if we're going to win the competition, we have to play against the best teams anyway. Doesn't matter what stage it's at. And I think it'll be a really good test to actually see where we are at because at the minute we aren't playing that well, but we got the win today. Like
Yeah.
Japan will be a big test, but I'm feeling a bit nervy now as a Lioness supporter after that game because I think we look a bit tired.
I think we'll watch the game Japan and Argentina tomorrow to see kind of where they're at ability wise. And hopefully the girls, get back into training over the next couple of days. Phil will get his team nailed on. This is what we're playing. This is the style we're playing. Hopefully Millie Bright will be back.
Yeah.
Bit of a concern. Obviously Abby McManus came on going to Man United. It was good to see her get on the pitch. But I just think Millie Bright and Steph Horton are our number one pairing for me. So I'm hoping she gets back into training and we'll see her again.
Yeah, I agree. And the Scotland goal, obviously, we said they deserved it, but it was sloppy. We were sloppy all that second half, but Steph Houghton, like you just mentioned, obviously a bad pass from her out from the back, gifted them the chance, really.
Yeah.
Credit still to Emsley for obviously battling and earning the right to score that goal. But for me, we need to cut out mistakes like that because that happened a few times and we only got punished once. Against the better teams, we will see, obviously, we will get punished a lot more. And I think that those kind of errors need to be ruled out of our game. And fingers crossed that we do.
I mean, we can't be gifting teams these opportunities. We got punished today. We will get punished at times, and the less opportunity we gift people, the better. It's an obvious thing. You don't want to be giving the ball away, but we have done it, and we've done it recently in other games where we've given the team an opportunity without them having to really work for it. Obviously, Scotland battled really hard second half, but they should be battling to get an opportunity, not just, oh, here's the ball in our own half, go and have another go.
Yeah.
So the more we can cut them out from the back, the better. But
I think on the flip side as well, when we pressed, like first half, Jill Scott nicked the ball obviously right on the edge of the area. We looked dangerous when we pressed as a team. I think we need to do that more, whether it was because we were fatigued and we couldn't quite do it. But I think if we do press as a team like that, we will cause teams problems because obviously we're dangerous on the attack.
Definitely.
On the ball, her pace. I thought Mead had a decent game today as well. And obviously you have to say Ellen White, she can finish. Her goal today was a fantastic finish, and that was.
I mean, she could have had another one as well, but the Scottish keeper did really well to save that. She did play well. I mean, it's a toss up between her and Jodie Taylor. Can't sit here and say Ellen White did anything outrageously wrong to not be playing in the next game.
And she scored. So
it'll be a tough one for Phil, I think, to decide who's playing and who's not. But that's his job, isn't it?
I agree. So prediction then, going in obviously to our next game. What's your score prediction? Now that you've seen us play once, I'm going to finish it on your prediction and I'll give my prediction. So obviously Lionesses next game. What's your prediction?
Without watching Japan tomorrow, this is quite tough. I would like to see a clean sheet, and I'd like to see at least 2 goals, if not more.
So you're going 2-0 England?
2-0 plus
No. I'm going to say, I'm going to go confident. I'm going to say 3-0 England.
Yeah, I'd like to see a clean sheet.
Yeah, me too.
It's one of them, but I like goals, plenty of goals, great,
Yeah,
but don't gift a goal back.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Be too kind. Hopefully VAR stays in our favour as well. That's just putting that out. But yeah, thank you, Meg, for coming on. I really appreciate it. Obviously, for every game, it'd be good if we could get a review in like this and discuss obviously the
Definitely.
performances. And hopefully, we'll have a lot of reviews to do because we're going through the rounds up until the final, which will be really exciting.
Don't jinx us.
No, fingers crossed. Yeah, thank you, Meg, for coming on. Appreciate it. I'm going to shout out your socials so people can add you and follow you.
Okay, so on Twitter, I'm at Meg Wilt. On Instagram, I'm at Megan Kate Can. Loads of different ones. So I apologise, but you've got Meg Wilt and you've got Megan Kate Can. But if you head over to Sophie's, I'm sure you'll be able to see me. I'll be there. And great
in the description as well.
Really nice to have everyone on. So we'll be looking forward to seeing you next time.
Yeah, and thank you guys for tuning in. Obviously, first win on the board for the Lionesses, which is fantastic. Questionable performance, but we got there in the end. And a big shout out to Scotland as well. They didn't make it easy for us, and I'm pretty sure they can still go through. So fingers crossed Scotland do win their remaining games as well. But well done to the Lionesses on their first win. Thanks for Meg for coming on, and yeah, drop a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to Hairdryer Treatment if you haven't already. Have a good evening, guys. Take care.